All the rumors are true, yeah, fake ass, fake boobs, yeah. I didn't ask for your assumptions. So today we'll be reacting to the ones people make unprovoked. My favorite kinds. Hi everyone, it's Fate and welcome back to day 4 of Daily December. Today's video was supposed to be answering your assumptions about me, but I didn't post a question sticker, I didn't remind anyone. Basically, I did nothing to prepare. Classic. So instead, I'm answering the assumptions people make about me just by existing online as a trans woman. Some of these are funny, some are annoying, and some are questionable. Assumption 1. You knew you were trans since you were a kid. I really didn't. I didn't grow up with a language for what I was feeling. I didn't know what I was feeling. I couldn't describe. I could describe what I was feeling, but I couldn't find the terminology. People assume every trans girl has this cinematic childhood moment, when in reality that's not always the case. I think I came out at around 9 or 10, so it is basically still childhood. But I know people who've come out way earlier. But that was my first little moment of me realizing that I wanted to be a girl. It wasn't a car. I remember this very, very clearly, by the way. It wasn't a car. I don't know where we came from, where we were going to, but I was in the back of the car, of course, because I was a child. And at a certain moment, I just told my parents, I am not a boy. I am a girl. I literally said that straight up. My parents didn't think of it as something real, as something they thought it was a phase, basically. And then I said it again when I was 13. I told my mom that I had to tell her something, and we had a conversation on her bed talking about me and what I was feeling, and that it's actually not a phase and that I still feel it. And from that moment we started to plan ahead. We started planning for hormones, started planning for puberty blockers. But before all that came, we started with looking for a therapist specialized in gender care, in people who identify as trans. So for me, it started at 9, but the first steps were taken when I was 13. But the wait list was so long that I think I got a therapist at like 14 or 15. Those wait lists were hell. So that was actually good. Say that I was trans. Assumption 2. Your transition must be easy because you look feminine. Transitioning is not a beauty contest. It's not a makeover montage thingy. People love to assume because a trans person looks a certain way, looks more passable, that it was easier for them, while it actually wasn't. Passing doesn't solve your fear, it doesn't solve your dysphoria, and it doesn't stop violence either. It does lower the chances of getting hate crimes, but it didn't stop the violence for me. Absolutely not. And passing doesn't mean someone is confident either. It just means I've spent years fighting a battle that no one ever saw. Assumption 3. You transitioned for attention. This one is actually kind of funny because transitioning gave me the complete opposite of what attention usually gives you. Loneliness, fear, silence, hiding. No trans girl wakes up one day and thinks, I'd love to get harassed, disowned, discriminated against, and debated on national television. Transitioning is not a performance, it's survival. It's putting yourself first for maybe the first time in people's lives that they've put themselves actually first. Assumption 4. Trans women must hate their bodies. This one is a bit complicated because of course there are parts of me that I don't like and parts of my body that felt wrong. That's completely true. But I don't hate myself. I don't exist in this constant bubble of misery like some people expect. I can love myself and still want to change things that cause me pain. Both can exist at the same time. Assumption 5. You talk about trans issues because you're dramatic. Girl, I wish I could just log online and talk about something fun. I wish I could just log on and talk about food, talk about smoothies, talk about cupcakes, talk about sunshine and rainbows and nature and all the positive things. I wish the world made it easy to be lighthearted, but trans issues are kind of my life. They affect my health, my safety, my rights, and my future. Talking about them isn't dramatic. Talking about them isn't being dramatic. It's being alive. It's something that is really close to my heart. I've said it so many times already. The trans community is something I will fight for. It's something that I do. It's something that I feel like is in me to fight for the community I'm part of because I love the community I'm part of. And it isn't dramatic to talk about things that affect me directly. Trans issues affect me directly because I am trans. So why would it be dramatic for me to talk about trans rights and trans issues, trans awareness? Assumption 6. Being trans is your whole personality. I promise you I have other traits. I just happen to have that one identity that people constantly point at and shout opinions about. If I woke up tomorrow in a world where being trans wasn't a news headline every day, trust me, I'd talk about literally anything else. Assumption 7. You're outgoing. This one is the funniest to me. I might seem confident or talkative or extrovert on camera, but in real life I am shy. Like, don't call my name at Starbucks type of shy. It's just because it's easier, because this is not a human conversation that I'm having. It is a human conversation that I'm having, but there's not a human that talks back to me or asks me questions about it in the moment. I can say what I want without being interrupted. It's just because the camera is easier, while the world isn't. Assumption 8. Transitioning fixed everything. I'm not going to lie, it fixed a lot. It brought peace, it brought alignment, but it didn't magically erase trauma, anxiety, dysphoria, or a political climate. Assumption 9. You are not affected by transphobia anymore. This is a sad one. People assume transphobia doesn't get them anymore because I don't react to it. But the actual truth is I don't react anymore because I'm numb to it. This might be one of the saddest things I've ever said, but I've dealt with so much transphobia online, in person, from strangers, from people that I knew, that my body just stopped responding. I even expect it now. I prepare for it before it even happens. I walk into rooms expecting people to stare. I open social media wondering who is going to say something this time. And that's not strength, that's survival mode. That's me just getting a thicker skin because of being confronted with transphobia a lot. And you just build up walls at a certain point because you've read it so many times. And it breaks my heart a little that I got used to something that no one should ever get used to. Assumption 10. You've got everything figured out. I'm 19. I barely know what I want to eat on a day. I'm figuring out my life one day at a time, like everyone else is. So yeah, those are some assumptions people make about me. Being trans comes with a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of stereotypes, and a lot of assumptions. And I hope videos like this clear some of that up. If you do have actual assumptions about me, feel free to leave them in the comments. Maybe I'll do a part 2 if I get enough of them, where I answer actual real ones, what the intention of this video was. Thanks for watching day 4 of Daily December. I love you. Bye for now. Assumption. That's very fucking funny. Assumptions. 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 Time for thumbnail. What am I going to do for thumbnail? Serving the face card. That's what I'm going to do. No. Thumbnail. What's this video about? Answering assumptions. Assumptions. It's the funniest shit ever.